Okay, Mel, we're here to talk about your new book coming out. What's it about?
It's about a new swing I discovered, a freakish accident, whatever you want like to call it. After 50 years teaching golf, I discovered a new swing.
What's the name of the swing?
5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and basically based on the clock system.
And how did you discover it?
Well, I've always been looking and searching, and it's always intrigued me. And if you look at the slide here, Jack, this is the giant and the feather. And what I've always felt is we are 3,000 to 1 advantage over the ball. And basically, golfers should be able to move the feather because of the mass advantage. And yet the opposite is the case. So what I'm saying, and this is positive, everybody watching should become a good golfer. And I've felt that all my life. And if you go to the next slide, Jack.
Get into how you discovered the swing here.
Yeah, how we discovered it. Now, it's not a great drawing, but the fellow, like he said, he wasn't hitting the ball well. And I noticed, Jack, his swing was really whipping it inside, rolling, and every damn thing. And I'd always been trained to teach the in to out swing. But I went behind him and I sort of said, you hold the grip and I'm going to pull with the head. And what happened, Jack, was I got this motion with him. Like, do you see what I'm saying here? And I said, well, God, I got rid of that. Now, I didn't think it would have an effect, but you know what happened? 50 drives in a row went boom, 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 like that, dead straight. And I began to think, gee, I'm onto something here. And I realised that the holy grail of golf is hidden in this little spot here, in the beginning of the takeaway. In other words, if you get this idea here, this massive power stretch away, and the next day, I taught it to a young fellow come in and worked, and then I began to teach it to everybody. So I changed from that day to teaching the 5 to 10 system. And then what I did, Jack, was I began to retro check it, saying, is anybody else using this? And you know, the extraordinary thing, go to the next slide, you look at #1 golfer in the world and look very carefully at this. Now, do you see the lovely power stretch the #1 Johnson has? See how wide he's taken the club out here. Yeah. Isn't it extraordinary, Jack? And the other thing, Jack, if you keep going to the next slide, you see Jack Nicklaus. Now, this is if you just move it back down a little there. See Nicklaus, see how upright he was. And do you know what happened in the 70s, Jack? There was a schism in golf, parting of the ways. And the English brigade with John Jacobs had this in to out, 2 turns and a swish swing. And what happened was we all were told to teach this swing. And in other words, to give people a draw, a distance. And the other was the Nicklaus one, which was the upright one. And what happened was the in to out won. And in my opinion, this is why amateur golf is so bad. They're using the wrong system. This Nicklaus won 18 majors, basically the greatest golfer of all times. So there you go. The present #1 and there are 2 fine examples of it. Now you could ask me, why does it work, Jack? And this is one of the reasons it works. You just go to you see here, Jack, on the top of the backswing, Nicklaus and company, they're only 14 degrees off line. In other words, they're not, if you go to the next slide, you'll see, Jack, what I really mean here. And the thing about this slide, Jack, is just move it a little bit there. Now you can see what happened when you swing in around your ankles, Jack. See, you're 90 degrees off. You've gone back around your ankles. And this is what every amateur golfer is doing. Swinging around their ankle, swinging away, hawking the target away, and they have no chance, Jack, of becoming a decent golfer. It's about as simple as that. So what I am saying, Jack, is that take it as a clock. You go over to 5 o'clock here, and you swing into 10 o'clock here. Basically, this is the swing I've discovered. And if amateurs use this swing, they're going to become instantly very, very good at golf. In other words, the in-to-out system has to be put in the bin, and they have to go with the upright system, and they have to please come with me on this journey using the 5 to 10 swing. Guarantee you're going to play golf like you never thought before. That's just saying about what about now? What about now? You decide and you're going to become a golfer. And it's just about the day I cracked the swing code. And just keep going, Jack. You'll see the next slide. Now, this is really, we're starting at the beginning. So we're saying one time you need this, what's called 0 degree. In other words, the secret of golf is getting the club face back to the same position as it was at address. Think of it as simple as that. You just need it right at impact. It has to be what we call square. And again, I'm going to just go to the next slide, Jack, and you'll see this is really hidden in plain view. Nobody cops onto this at all, that they're standing over here and the club head is over here and the target is here. You're one side of it. And you see what's happening here, Jack, minus 90 degrees. And you see, this is extremely important. I'm going to say next. Every amateur golfer who plays bad golf, they're swinging in around to
Their ankles.
Angles to 8 o'clock. Do you get the idea, Jack? So they're swinging around their ankles, exactly as you said. So, and what happens at the top of the backswing? They're minus 90 degrees offline. And they have
about the feet line, isn't it? Not the
the feet line.
target
Like
line.
so they're so far away from the Nicklaus swing, the Dustin Johnson swing, it's unbelievable. So I cracked the 90 degree, and so will you. And this is, if you just keep going to the next slide, Jack, this is how you do it. You see what I'm saying, Jack? You move the
dial to 5.
Move the dial. Move your backswing from in around your ankles. What I did with the man, I pulled like hell. What is the number, Jack? Number 5. Move it out to 5 o'clock. That's the move. That's so important. Now the thing about it, Jack, is you mightn't get to 5, but what you will definitely get is to 6 or outside 6. And what do you notice about 6, Jack? It's along the target line. So many golf swings swinging in here, and they can't understand why the ball isn't going to the target. So what you do is, going out to 5 o'clock, you hook your backswing into the
Target line.
You see that, Jack, there?
And you exit left.
And well, this is very important now as well. If you go to the next one, Jack, you'll see it. Yeah, this is just repeat again. You see the green here and the arrow. So here's the big move, the 5, the number 5. Get your backswing out to 5 o'clock. This is extremely important. And if you go to the next slide, Jack, you'll see now, this is big stuff. We're telling you, you're followed through, Jack. This idea of going out to the target, load of rubbish. Once you get your swing up and down the line, Jack, you see what you do when you follow through.
Ben Hogan.
You Ben Hogan there, you get around your, like that. And it's, in other words, you go to 10 o'clock. And if you look at me, Jack, for a second, it's like a punch. You see here, if I go like that, now if I go like, turn my shoulder like that.
You're using your body.
You're using your body, and you're getting this right core. Shoulder into it. So you go, you see this, Jack, you go up like that with your backswing, and you go flat with your follow through. And that's how you play golf, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And this is the whole thing in one, Jack. Just keep going now. The next slide, Jack. This is it all.
2 big parts, isn't it?
Here, this is biggie. This is real big stuff now. If the amateurs start using this, they'll begin to hit the ball down the line. See, 5 o'clock there, Jack, to 10 o'clock. And look at how high Johnson's swing is there. You see that, Jack? So you have to switch your backswing to 5 and switch your follow through to 10.
And you set up closed, do you?
And you set up slightly closed. You aim at the target, like you aim at. And you know what it is, Jack? This is funny. I have laughed at this. 2 wrongs make a right. The feeling you have to get is that you're swinging over here and you're swinging over here and the ball goes dead straight. But this is the system, and it's all because you're 90 degrees here. You have to get over here, and what it means is you're going to get back nearer the target line. Once the ball takes off, then you have to turn your right shoulder and pull your arms into the left. And what that gives you is massive power on the follow through. And this is the swing I discovered. So here we are, Jack. I'm just repeating a little bit here. 2 wrongs make a right. You aim slightly to the right, close stance, and you swing 5 o'clock to.
You're eliminating the left side there, aren't you, really?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, we'll get onto that in a second now, Jack. So here's the synopsis of it. Aim close, stand closed, swing to 5 o'clock, and then swing along to 10 o'clock. So if you go to the next one, Jack, that's just the same again. You see it from a different angle. I keep repeating to get this message across that people will never forget it. I have a lad who was 20 handicap, and he's at scratch. And I keep telling him, exit left, a flat finish, get your arms around.
Scratch in a year and a half.
Scratch in a year and a half.
Change into the swing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that he's just, now, this is big, Jack. Just move that up a little bit, Jack, just there. What I have found, Jack, and this is very important, I'm going to say, the tour players, the winners, operate out of a very narrow envelope. They keep everything tight. And what am I saying? That is to use the 5 to 10 swing, which is one swing, and they keep using that swing. And what shot do they play, Jack? Can you see it there?
Power fade.
The power fade. This is the only shot that they'll play. Day and night, all day long. Basically, the power fade. They hit it, and the thing, Jack, what they do is to build a wall, like a trump wall along here. So to take the left side out of play completely, 33% to get rid of, and they're playing then with 66%. So the ball is either going to go down the fairway or a little bit to the right. So what are they doing? They're taking the left side out of play. Now there is an interesting thing, Jack, and this is very interesting. They're setting up closed like that, and they're taking it out to 5 o'clock, but they're swinging at the left side, but they're holding the face off, a little bit open like that, and they're creating this little bit of a power fade. Now, how you play a power fade, Jack, is you have to get what's called on a golf ball, you have to get the golf ball spinning clockwise. In other words, you hit the ball slightly this way. And this is the big thing in golf. It's like in snooker, stunning the ball, or you see backspin, you know what I'm saying? So in other words, if you're going to become a golfer, and this is awful simple, you have to get clockwise spin on the golf ball. And if you hit it with the other way, you get hooks and everything like that. So let's put it then, Jack. This is the shot we're saying. Power fade all day. And go to the next one. So now we're going to get into the how you bring your score down. And everything is in fives, Jack. You see, everything is in fives. And this is the first thing, Jack. There are
so you can use the swing for all the clubs?
Use it for every club in the bag, you know.
But not every club, like you don't need 20 clubs, is it?
Look at what I'm saying is, look at this, Jack, here. What does it tell you? This is the one area in golf, is the green. That's area 1, right? Now here's area 2, a shot across the bunker. And here's area 3, run-in shot, so that's the third area. That covers all this area around the green. And then the fourth area would be fairway woods, and the fifth area is the driver. So that's the way you consider golf. Is
5 clubs.
It's 5 areas, and basically you have 5 clubs, and after that, Jack, it's only whatever you like, but you have to get a driver you like, fairway wood that you're happy with. The 7 or 8 iron doesn't really matter. You have to like a wedge and a putter. Get 2 pet clubs. So in other words, you're going to become good at golf. You have to be able to get the ball down the fairway. You have to use a rescue club, get it down somewhere around here, and then if you can become neat around the green. And like there's an amazing shot. We call it the Joker shot, 7 or 8 iron, dunted along the ground. There's no photographs on a scorecard, and basically this is how, and then you have a wedge. Now, this is harder shot. You've got to be able, there's a certain technique here, but most of the shots will be here, Jack. And if you go to the next one, then you'll see how a score is made up. This is what people spending money on clubs. I don't really forget it, but this is crazy what's going on. Now, so in other words, the worse people play, the more they try to buy a game. I'm saying, look, you just get your act together. Keep it simple, stupid, we call it. Master 5 clubs, and forget about all this buying a game. So basically, we're saying there are the 5 areas, and the green is the approach, and there's the fairway, there's the tee. So those are the 5 areas, and we go back to the grip later on, Jack. So now this is how a score is made up.
Average amateur player, is it here?
Yeah, the average amateur scores is diabolical, and they're kind of fooling everybody and themselves mostly with this handicap system. And you see how it's made up, Jack. Normally, amateurs at 20 handicap, they'll have up like 40 putts in a round. So that's huge area. They'll have 21 in this area and 21 in this area here. And the 14 drives is 4 par 3s, so it's 14 tee shots. So you think of your average amateur score, this is what it is. It's 96 shots. Now they have 27 handicap, and suddenly they come in with a net score here, and they never mention this, like don't mention the war, then that's faulty, but they'll talk about the net. No, I'm not being, but I'm saying is this is a ridiculous score. Amateurs should be a lot better than this.
Nearly half the shots are on the green as well.
Well, half the shots are the green. So we're saying now, how can you improve it? Well, the last thing you try to do is improve your drive. So what's the first area? And this lesson tonight is all about, is you see the area of 40 putts, Jack, up here? Do you see that there? Become a good putter. So we're saying is, if you become a decent putter, we said 34 putts. In other words, that's attainable. Nobody expects you to drive like Tiger Woods, but you should be able to, and be using the same system. Knock your chips, become decent around the green. If you can get down here, 6 less chips would be great. And maybe get 3 better fairway shots, and then go back to the drive, Jack, down here, and we'll leave you with the drive. So now do you see, without doing much at all, moving
15
here,
shots down, yeah.
and you see what I'm saying, Jack? You're 15 shots down. Obviously, if you can get this fellow down more and stop missing greens, you'll get it down to what you want. But the approach, Jack, they have to take, and this is extremely important, I'm going to say, it's you start at the
green.
You start at the green.
And work your way backwards.
And work your way backwards.
And you use the same swing.
And use the same swing. But what you do, Jack, is it's easy to learn this swing, basically putting. And I have been training people with the putting, using the system, the 5 to 10. And the thing about it is, Jack, some of the lads have got 40 putts in a row. One man went over 100 without missing a putt. Now, in groups of 10. But what system was he using? The 5 to 10. And what kind of spin was he putting on the ball, Jack? If you see it, well, that's just the shoulders, yeah, basically, and keep the wrists out of as much as possible. And just keep going, Jack. You'll see we have a video to show you, but just show that. Now, the next one after that, Jack, is important. The next one, I'll just show that in full, Jack. Now this is hand-drawn lesson. It's not great, but
baby cut.
The baby cut.
So that's basically a power fade, is it? With
into the hole.
Yeah,
you see there.
With the
yeah. Just go back again, Jack. Can you make that smaller? You can make it smaller.
Not long, no.
Yeah, but it's.
I could go like this.
Yeah. That's the thing. But now, if you see what I'm saying, Jack. So what are we going to do?
Sorry.
You're okay, Jack. There.
Yeah, cut the putts.
You're going to cut your putts into the hole. You see it here, Jack? You see this here?
Cut everything.
Cut everything. Cut everything. You look at a. Let me explain something, Jack. When the ball is turning to the right, clockwise, it's called clockwise. It's sitting down. It has brakes on. This is what it's called. It has brakes on. It's like a skater pirouetting. In other words, it's going, and when a golf ball is spinning clockwise, spinning this way, it's going down. So this ball wants to go into the hole. It hasn't top spin on it. It has this spin on it. And again, this is the way you put. I guarantee you'll knock your putts down to less than 30 if you start to cut the ball into the hole. You see this ball here, Jack? You turn it clockwise.
Yeah, we have a clip we could show, I think.
And we have a clip, and this is, before you put it on, Jack, is
I can get this one while you're talking.
Yeah, it's 26 seconds long. Now it's hard to catch it, but the thing is that there it is there, Jack. You have it on that. Now, this is, see the way, like that, and you can watch the ball. It's turning slightly to the right. Can you see that, Jack? I see it's, and can you show it again, Jack? Yeah. Now, what you'll see, Jack, again, this is what I'm saying. If you have a mat, you see that the club coming across it, cutting it. You see it here, Jack?
Yeah.
Now, this is the easiest way to learn the 5 to 10 swing. Let's show it one more time, Jack. If you have a mat at home, get it out. One person did 100 in a row without missing one. I'm going to have to show it one more time, Jack. Is that okay? Go right close to this one, Jack. And You see the way it's taking it back on the outside. You see that 5 o'clock takeaway, Jack?
You'll see the spin on the ball.
And you can see the spin on the ball. Cut it into the hole. In other words, you're going to become a 5 to 10. Do it one more last time, Jack. You can't. Okay. Now, would you show Dustin Johnson's swing, Jack? Can you? There it is there again. You see that? You're coming across it like that and cutting it, aiming for the left corner of the hole, and you're cutting it into the hole. You'll become an amazing putter if you use this system. There was a slide on Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, I can just get it up here
If
quickly
we
using
get-
the
we get
wedges.
it up. Yeah, but again, it's like it's validation of the 5 to 10 swing. Yeah, and like what I'm trying to say, it was a terrible disservice was done to amateur golf when they went to the in-to-out swing. You see there, now do you see that swing, Jack? Now stop it on top. If you can stop it, do one more, Jack. Stop it up here. Just stop it up here. Now stop, keep going, up, stop it there. Now see how high his hands are. Do you see how high? Up, see it up there, Jack?
Yeah.
And watch you come down after impact. He's going to go in here.
He's closed there as well.
He's
isn't
slightly
he?
closed. Watch him coming down, stop there, stop there. See the way he went in there, Jack? And what kind of spin did he put on the ball? He put right spin on the ball. If you can't, are not playing golf, you're not cutting the ball. You've got to learn to put left to right spin on the ball. All the top players operate at this very, very tight envelope where they just hit the power fade and basically they use the upright swing. So it's two things, Jack.
Yeah.
And they all stand a little bit close. They have a good firm left side. And basically, so in other words, if you go back to that number, Jack, again, just go back to 5, the number 5.
Oh, yeah.
If you can, Jack, maybe
Here it
this is what it's all about. The number 5. And why is it all about number 5? Just keep it on. Stop there for a second, Jack. It is basically we're saying there's 5 areas in golf. There's a green, there's the surrounds, there's the fairway, and there's the drive. So there's 5 areas in golf that you have to master, and the green is the big area. You only need 5 clubs. That's all. That's
Master 5 clubs.
Master 5 clubs. Forget about the bloody rubbish that's going on. And the third thing, the number 5 is if you go back to sort of putting again, Jack. Go to the putting thing again. Go to there. If you go right, just back. Yeah, you can't get. You gotta get down a little bit farther. Now, do you see what you're going, Jack? Where you start from the putter? You're taking it back on the outside. You're starting at number
5.
So there's 5 again. So in other words, 5 is a new number.
Yeah.
5 is a new number. And you see what you do with the putter? You cut
Exit
the ball
left, yeah.
into the hole, exit left. And look that's the end of this lesson. And for God's sake, go with it now. And we're just going to give one lesson, we give another lesson next week and see how you get on.